Hello everyone, I am Mohammad Anish Khan and I am iOS, Android and React Native engineer. This video is about creating your first application in React Native. In the previous video I have told you about how to set up React Native environment. So if you don't know how to set up React Native environment, you need to go through the previous video and then switch to this video. Okay, so let's make our first React Native application. So first of all, you need to create the folder in which you wanna store your project. So I have created a folder named sample application. Okay, and within it we'll be storing our project. Okay, so for that open your terminal. Sorry, I have already opened my terminal over here. Let me show you this terminal. Okay, I got my terminal over here. So in the terminal write cd and your folder name within which you wanna create your project. Okay, so I have switched to the folder sample application, and then you need to write just a simple command that says react native init and your project name. You can name anything you want, just like I'm gonna name it login app. I've already created a project named login sample just to show you that you can name anything. So I'm just writing it react native init login app. So this is the simple command that creates your project, and then you need to hit enter. So and see over here a login is corresponding folder begin and the process also begin. Okay, this process usually takes 3 to 4 minutes. So let me so when this process is completed, then you can open your project in the IDE. As I told you in the previous video that there are number of IDEs like Nuclide, Atom, Sublime, VS Code. I am using VS Code, so let me show you the project in VS Code. I've already created a project, so let this process run in the background and let me open a project for you that I've already created. This is the sample project that got created as a result of your command. It has two folders, one is Android, one is iOS. These two folders are used for this making specific changes as per the OS. Okay, and now the question arises, uh, how the application looks like. Means you haven't done any kind of coding and all, but you got one page from the Facebook that is already created with some styles and some JS. Okay, uh, so this is the outcome. This will be the outcome of your project. Means it has a single page application, and here is the index file. This is the entry point of your application. So when you need to run and check what your application will look like, then you need to write react native. Yeah, see, VS Code has a terminal over here. Okay, you can switch it, or if you couldn't see your terminal, then go to the view and click on uh, open. Let me show you. It says integrated terminal. Okay, yeah, it was visible, it is hidden, and now if I click it again on this integrated terminal, it's again visible. Okay, so now to run your application, what you need to write react native run and OS name, means iOS or Android, and then hit enter. What it does, it just open your simulator for you and run the application for you. For if you're running for the first time, it's gonna take quite 2 to 3 minutes, as I've already run it for you so that you may get a easy look. So see, let me show just this is the iOS simulator iPhone 6, and see your app got loaded, and this here comes your app login sample. and this is how it looks in iOS. And if you want to see the look and feel in Android, you need to do two things. First, you need to get your Java SDK, Android SDK, sorry, installed in the system. The best practice is get Android Studio installed, because in some or the other way, you may be needing some of the specific changes that you need to do in the uh, Android specifically. Even if you don't need any changes, then SDK manager that is being installed along with the Android Studio helps a lot. Okay, so for running the Android app, you need to have a emulator. Okay, emulator is a virtual device just like a simulator for iOS. So I have a Genymotion installed. Okay, these two icons at below are the Genymotion. Before, yeah. So one thing that you need to do is you need to create a file named local properties within your Android folder. Okay, how you're gonna do it? You're gonna right click on the Android folder, click on the new file, and then the new file you need to name it local dot proper properties. Okay, as I have already created for you, it will be like this, and within it you need to define your SDK path, and from where you need to write sdk.dir is equal to SDK path, and from where you're gonna get this path. If you have already installed your Android Studio, you need to open your Android Studio. Yeah, obviously Android Studio is gonna take few minutes yeah, to get its all directories and supporting files in place. Once you have your Android Studio open, as I hope, yeah, then click on the configure, click on SDK manager, and in SDK manager go to appearance behavior. In appearance behavior, click on your system settings. In system settings, go inside Android SDK. Over here, as you can see, Android SDK location. Just copy this, close the Android Studio, and just paste it in front of sdk.dir. This line you need to write, the entire line you need to write, because you're just telling your project that over here your Android SDKs are stored. Okay, so then what's the next step that you need to do? As you have run it on iOS, you need to just write React Native run Android and just hit enter. This is your metro builder. As you see, there is an it just take care of all the bundles, all the dependencies. Okay, earlier, just a few minutes back, I have just run iOS, and now I'm going to run it on Android. So let's see, in the terminal it's showing 97% completed. Once it's 100% completed, it's gonna show some metro builder over here. See, Android bundle has generated, and this is how your app appears in Android. So in front of you there are two different OS. One is iOS in simulator form. You can see how your app looks, and in emulator form you can see how your app looks in Android. So this is how you can create your first app in React Native. All you need to do is just type React Native in it and your project name, and then to run your app you need to write React Native run Android or React Native run iOS. In the next video I am going to tell you how to create a sample page with what we'll be doing. We'll be just creating a login page, and we'll be adding a navigation to navigate to the home screen. Okay, stay tuned with me. If you have any queries, and comment if you have any queries, sorry, just mention it in the comment section, and feel free to suggest me if you have any suggestion. Thanks a lot.